this thing on? Is this thing on? I think it is on. It's been a long time since I've live streamed on YouTube. It's been such a long time. I'm not even sure if this. Hold on. Let me see if this works. I don't know if this is working. I haven't done this in quite some time. So anyhow, so this video is just me responding to Kassie West. I might make a more, I guess, polished video response depending on how this live stream goes. I don't even know if people will join. It'd be fun if they did. But I just kind of wanted to respond in real time because I figured if this video is long. It's 30 minutes long. And I can't really make a video response to it because I always talk so much. So I figured I'll do this live stream thing and just try it out. Hey, what's up, Benjamin? Yo. So yeah, this is really impromptu. It's not. I didn't plan on doing this at all today, but I'm bored. So yeah, maybe hopefully it's hilarious. Because I literally couldn't make it 1 minute into this video before I was like, I gotta talk about this, man. I gotta respond to this. So like I said, I might make a more classic. Call me Carson. Call me Carson. That was the guy. There is a lot of Twitch drama with him, if I am correct, right? He there's something with his girlfriend. Wasn't she like cheating on him or something? And then recently it came out that like he was dating a 17-year-old when he was 19. Am I gonna do streaming from now on? Maybe. It's hard to say because of my work schedule is kind of erratic. But I'd say like probably on Monday and Sunday would be, particularly Monday would be the best time for me to stream, I would say. And then after the week it'd be erratic. I don't know. But this is impromptu. It's just something I was just bored. He was 19 and she was 17. I guess legally that's an issue. Technically, that's not a game I would play. However, in terms of just like common sense and just, you know, thinking about the world more complexly than like arbitrary lines, it's not that serious. To pretend that 2-year difference is like really radical is a little silly to me. Now, granted, if you're out of high school, you probably shouldn't be dating people in high school. But if that means you're like 19 and she's 17, it's like, I guess it's like, you know, Like I say, legally it's kind of clear she's a minor technically, but then like I say, common sense. Yeah, exactly. She could have been a date away. Yeah, exactly. So like when you look at common sense, you're like, meh. Like I don't see why this is a thing. It's like it's only a thing because it's like 17. She's a minor. Like yeah, technically, but we're gonna pretend that like she didn't recognize that he was like she didn't know. It's like come on, you know. Anyhow, that's not what we're here for. I guess I don't know. We can talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. Hannah. Oh, Hannah Reloaded had a video. I don't even know who Hannah Reloaded is. I'll be honest with you. If she does have a video about me, I am curious about it. I'd like to check it out. That's not why we're here. We were here to respond to Kassie West. Since when do you stream? I don't. This was impromptu, Shaman King. I just do it. I just did it today. I just was bored. Hannah Reloaded. Who is that? Hannah Reloaded. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I think I've heard the name before, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll check it out after this live stream. How about that? How about that? We'll check out Hannah. Well, maybe I'll check out Hannah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What's up, St. Cloud? What's up? What's up, Plancy? Alright, so here we go. So, this is gonna be my response to Kassie West. I only heard about this woman through the grapevine, through Donovan Sharp. He was responded to her husband because her husband responded to him, or his wife, rather, and it's a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah. More women getting butthurt by the truth, huh? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So basically, so Kevin Samuels, if I can understand correctly, I don't know if he's a dating coach, but he gives dating advice to particularly black women. I've only seen him give dating advice to like black women and Latino women. Maybe there are white women on the show. I just haven't seen it. I haven't. But he made a comment to one in particular where he said that she was average at best. Am I on the politics Discord? I don't know what that is. Kevin is an image consultant. So I guess his YouTube stuff is for fun then, right? If I am correct. Because I don't think image consultants have anything to do with dating. And so then like he does the YouTube stuff, I guess, just for fun or like extra income. Which I'm asking, I don't know. I'm asking Shaman King. That being said, to be more to the point, he made some comments to this black woman, and lots of people got the big mad. She is one of these women who got mad. What's up, Arthur? Yeah, hopefully Sunday. I love Sunday and Monday because that means I don't have to worry about going to work. Oh, my job. I get okay money. I get good money, but man, it's frustrating. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to talk about Kassie. We're going to talk about Kassie. All right, let's push play. You guys tell me if you can hear this.
All right, so hey guys, what's up? Kassie here. Today I wanted to touch on the video where the dating coach tries to tell off the average looking woman as to why there's no way she can get a six-figure guy.
Okay. So did you guys hear that? Number one. Say yes. Say yes, no. It's how Kevin advertised for more client. Okay. He does some other stuff with YouTube stuff. Has been around for a while. Okay. Thanks, man. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear what she said? I'm gonna wait for you guys' response. Okay. Thank you, Dark Shinigami. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a while. I haven't done this in quite some time. Last time I did this was a couple of months ago on Twitch. I had a lot of fun on Twitch. I should probably go back to Twitch soon. He's come under fire because he started criticizing women as a yeah, I can. Yeah. I've been watching videos nonstop while at work. It makes me go through workload really quickly. Oh, I'm glad, Arthur, man. I'm glad. Like that's why I do this stuff, man, for you guys, so you guys have something to think about and will make you laugh at the same time. This is my old tagline. I want you to laugh and think at the same time. What's up, Simply Deep? Yeah, I'm in the chat. Yeah, I'm here. Tell you, man, trying to get people to come to me on Twitch was like pulling teeth. You guys came here quickly. I appreciate that. Man. You guys are cool. Anyhow, so let's get this show on the road. So basically, I don't even like the first 16 seconds because like Kevin Samuels, I'll be honest, is kind of mean. My Twitch name is BASSFZz. It's the same thing. Kevin Samuels can be, no, he's really blunt. It's not even so much that he's mean. I guess sometimes he can be mean. Sometimes he can be. Sometimes, but he's not. It's not really. His delivery is very sharp and very direct, and I think a lot of people aren't used to that, and so they're like, he's always telling them off. But that's not really fair to say, because if you can get past yourself and just listen to what he's saying, I think a lot of people are going to gain more. Particularly a lot of these women are going to gain a lot more from what he's saying than they're not. So I can understand someone's desire to tone police, but honestly, Kevin Samuels, he's very wise. Oh, what's up, Good Dog Talks? Oh man, it's been a while, huh? What's up? He's only mean when he's disrespectful. Yeah, he can be. He can be. I'm not gonna put it past him. Like some needs. So we're gonna see. When I started live streaming, this moment, right? This moment is when I started. All right, so let's play.
$100,000 a year, i.e., like
let's take this from the top because
hey guys,
this first section here, just listen closely to this one because this is literally the first minute. I was like, all right, we gotta go through this.
What's up, Kassie here. Today I wanted to touch on the video where the dating coach tries to tell off the average looking woman as to why there's no way she can get a six-figure guy, meaning a guy who makes $100,000 a year, i.e., like not even anything that crazy from them.
That alone right there already told me she didn't know what she was talking about. You want to know how I know? Because I went on YouTube. I went on Google. Let's go to google.com. Go to google.com. It goes like, how many Americans make, I'm gonna say 6 figures. Look at this, 9%. That's like literally. She's like, it's not even that much. It's not even that much. 9%. Less than 1/10 of Americans make over 6 figures. I'm sitting here like, what do you mean it's not even, like, I'm just 22 seconds in the video and she's just already off to the wrong start. That's not even accurate. Like, you are asking for like a sliver of the population to begin with, number one. And then number two, you have to court this person. Like, it's not you have to first find someone that makes 6 figures. And then you have to like appeal to them and then like try to get them to like you back. And then you have to see if you're compatible and see if you like their lifestyle and see if they're, you know, an interesting person, to see if they're a kind person, to see if they have parenting skills, because I imagine you'd want to have children. I mean, maybe. I would hope. I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to mute the microphone for a second and just keep playing.
So there's a bunch of like really sick psychology going on here. And there will always be your random, like, just vindictive.
I am not going to play the video, so I assume most of you watching have already seen it. If not, the link is below. Oh, that sucks. Maybe we should play it for context. Here.
Okay, can you hear me?
Winning the lottery.
Can you hear me now?
I wouldn't stake my life on that. I wouldn't stake my dating life on that.
Those were hers.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you a PhD?
No.
I'm a PhD.
How many dogs you got?
One.
Really?
I'm sorry?
What kind of dog is it?
He's a cane corso.
He's a what?
A cane corso.
What is that in English?
It's a larger dog, and their breed is meant for guarding and protecting. They're very protective of their home and their family.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
Honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came here because I honestly want some advice from you.
It says disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching it on live. Normally I'm asleep. And
You have a job?
I do. I own a business.
Okay, so I do too.
And I do have a question. If you don't
But I
mind.
have a business. And if you wanted my advice, you could always book a session if you can't catch us at the show live.
I'm definitely. I was trying to go online earlier.
You know, it occurred to me that this video is 22 minutes long. Which maybe we can't really watch it for context. So I guess maybe I'll summarize. Maybe I can find the hot take. There's a hot take here. Let me see if I can.
On you lies. No, younger women are attracted.
Hi, I'm Jesse from Synergy Homebuyers here in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm looking to buy a few homes in the area. Whether
To the older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
There's a poem. He said that she was average at best. Was the specific thing that hurt people's feelings? See if I can find it. There's a lot of people. See if I can like find, like, if I can like isolate it. No, it's still like 7 minutes long. Whatever. You know what? She'll summarize it. Let's go.
Bitter, hateful person. But it really does start to get kind of bad, and it really does start to get to a...
Oh, you said the video's not playing on the stream? Hold on. I don't think that was intentional. So you guys can hear it, but the video's not playing? Oh, video isn't playing on your stream. Is that intentional? That is not intentional. I do kind of feel like a boomer, because I remember this was a lot easier back in the day. I remember you could stream with like it was like Google Live, and then you could just screen share, and that would just be that. Now we have to use OBS and do all this complicated stuff, and it confuses me greatly. The what's up, fighter? I can't see it actually. It's just a fixed image instead of where you stopped it. Huh. Maybe it's because I
point
keep
where
smoking.
like maybe we need to address something, not even anything that crazy in them. So there's a bunch of like really sick psychology going on here. And there will
I mean, how about that? Was the video moving for you guys there? Joshua says it's fine. I know, right? I am kind of a boomer, huh? And I'm only 25. That's how much technology has surpassed me. Even if you go back, it's still the same image. Give me a second.
always be your random, like, just vindictive, bitter.
Yeah, you're right. It is only a still image. So it's playing. Hold on. Let me try something. Okay. No, cancel. That's gonna be. I'm gonna try to see if I can this capture. Okay, browser. Gonna try something new, and we're gonna see if this works. He's added a new browser source, so okay, I guess not. Guess that didn't work. What I'm basically trying to do in OBS is it's trying to capture the window differently. See if maybe that is the problem. Okay, so you guys can still hear. So you guys don't mind if like the video plays? Oh man, it says I want to see your lips move. So you can still see me switching the. Okay, that's weird. I don't know. Maybe try display capture. Display capture is what I actually, that is what I'm doing right now. It is the display. No, I'm not. Hold on. No, I think I am. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Google video. Capture cursor.
Hateful person.
Let me see. Yeah, it's not. No properties are coming up when I do display on OBS. And unfortunately, Streamlabs makes you have to pay $12 for Prime in order to stream on YouTube. That's why I got the old OBS instead of Streamlabs, because I'm like, I don't want to pay $12 a month for this. Display captures the entire monitor screen you're on, so we should be able to see your taskbar and stuff like that. Yeah, I am using window capture. That is correct. Display capture is not showing me anything when I open it up. Okay, everyone says they're good. People keep saying they're good. We're just going to keep going. I'm sorry.
Person. But it really does start to get kind of bad, and it really does start to get to a point where like maybe we need to address something when like a large portion of the population ends up agreeing with that person. Like that's kind of scary. It tells me that there's a lot of brainwashing going on. There's a lot of delusion going on.
Yeah, see, and now again, 53 minutes in, and she's claiming that this is both brainwashing and delusion. And I'm sitting here like this is just purely mathematical logic. There is a small pool of individuals that fit the criteria of which you want. You have no access to those individuals. Thus, dating is harder. Thus, you need to reevaluate what your criteria is for a partner. I mean, that's not brainwashing and being delusional. That's just understanding. I want to say that's common sense, but maybe it isn't so much of common sense that you understand like supply and demand. Maybe you do need a little bit of an economics lesson there, but it is simple enough of a concept to grasp that you want a small amount of people in the world. You have no access to them. You think you're better than what you are, but you're not. Oh, hello there. Okay, thank you. My niece came in and gave me my car. This is an old car, totally. So let's continue.
And there's a.
By the way, Posse, this is why like I probably shouldn't like might just be a copyright issue. Maybe it is, Abby. I'll have to do more research for the next time I live stream. So, but yeah, maybe it is. Anyhow, if you guys can hear it and you're fine, well, let's keep going.
A lot of expectation for women to just settle down with losers going on.
Oh, geez. You see, we didn't even get 1 minute in. My question is, where is this expectation from anyone in society that asks for women to settle down with losers? Because I haven't seen it. I don't know what she's referring to. This idea that women are just supposed to pick the dregs of society. Perhaps that's not what she means. I don't know what she means when she's like, there's this expectation women have to settle down with losers. Because I see women constantly shoot for the moon. Nice guy equals a loser. Maybe that's what she means. Her husband is a pretty nice guy. I don't know if she would consider him a loser. Her husband isn't really too bad of a guy, from what I've seen. So I am curious as to why she believes this. That she even believes that there's this expectation for women to just accept any old guy. Because women seem to consistently always want the absolute best. Even if it's not the best, they'll pick someone that's even sometimes kind of abusive, but will stay because they get something out of it, which is a little more complex than that. But it certainly is not this. Yeah, ladies, just pick a guy that sucks and is bad. Like that's not typical dating advice at all. She's just mad women are getting the same treatment men have been getting for years. Basically, the funny thing about it all is like women are only getting that treatment by their own volition. Like if they just picked good people that were just okay, if they were just like accountants, they wouldn't be having the problem. They wouldn't be being treated like men. They'd just be in happy relationships. Like, they would just be okay. That's all they'd have to do, really. It's always pure projection with these kinds of people, these arrogant narcissists. Yeah. Here's a question. Should I read the chats out loud? Because I've always liked doing that so people know what I'm responding to. So I don't just like randomly say stuff. No, I have not seen the video Hannah Reloaded did, Sweet Chris. I intend on trying to go find it. I didn't know she did any video response to me. Yes. Yeah. Okay, we're only a minute into this. Let's keep going.
So one of the most annoying parts about this whole situation is that whenever you're rebutting like these comments, the people will say, oh, he's just being honest, you just can't handle the truth. When it's like, no, if it was the truth, I wouldn't care. Even if it was told in a mean way, but it was the truth.
Completely unrelated, but I remember watching a video where a girl wanted a guy who was taller than her, but she was already 6 foot. Oh, that's a joke. That's game over. If you're a woman and you're over 5'10", you just gotta take what you can get. Cause you're. That's a joke. That's her. Listen. Leave her to her own devices. If she's 6'5" and she's like, nah, dude, I need someone who's 6'7". Leave her to her own devices. Let her suffer. There's nothing you can do on that one. Kassie West and her husband David hide behind being Christians, but their behavior, particularly over this, is very unchristian. I would lean that way. I haven't seen it yet, but I would lean that way. It would appear that might indeed be the case, because I don't understand why she's upset with what he said here. Mostly due to the fact, okay, I do understand it, but I mean, like, if I were to think purely logically, what Kevin Samuel said is just accurate. It's just the truth. Now, it might be harsh the way he delivered it, but I mean, it's still true regardless.
I really would not care, because at least, like, accurate information is getting out there and all that kind of stuff. This is not the truth. Like, it's not even like it was kind of wrong. Almost every word out of this guy's mouth was completely delusional and wrong, to the point where he was very much so giving himself away as a very, very low caliber man who I don't think he's ever been around wealthy people.
Oh, geez.
Like, the way that he was acting and the things that he's saying.
I don't understand. She's not talking. She's not using enough details for me to understand why she believes this. I guess this is the preamble, and maybe I shouldn't pause at like every frame. but I am greatly confused as to why she thinks he's being delusional here. So perhaps we must listen to more.
It's not how wealthy people act or talk. Like, out of college,
Well, I don't know. I mean, wealthy people, they're all different types. You're going to find some who are really arrogant and cocky, and you probably wouldn't stand the sight of. And you're going to find some who just only want to ever give you wisdom and life advice and try to help you avoid the pitfalls they've had. You want to know how I know? I've met some. For the job I currently have, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. Keep that one close to the chest. But the job I have is I go and I install equipment in people's houses. And I've met a couple of wealthy people. I've met a couple of well-to-do people. Some of them are cool, man. They're just awesome. They do their job, and it just happens to give them a lot of money. And they're just nice, or maybe they're just nice to your face because they don't want any problems. I don't know. I've met some mean people, I very rarely meet mean people, but I met a few people who get a little sharp, a little snippy. I was, my friend, but you see, there was this whole, what do you call that thing? There's this whole, coronavirus that occurred? I'm responding to GTA 4. He said, weren't you a teacher? Yeah, I was a substitute teacher, buddy. And then there was something that made all the school systems close down, so I had to get another job. So, and then I just haven't gone. I don't really even have the time to go back to doing that. And the job I have now pays more. Cable installing technician guy? No. I do install cables, but not specifically cables. I'm not telling you. You will never know unless I slip in a video. Anyhow, well, what's up, Darth Thanos? But yeah, in my experience, I mean, I've met there's some wealthy people who suck and there's some who are cool. So, yeah, man, I'm sorry, Professor. I guess the coronavirus affected us too much, I don't know. I don't think Kevin is being delusional here. To say that, let's just keep listening. I'll just keep going.
I worked as a political consultant and political fundraiser. So I was working on presidential campaigns and senatorial campaigns and working for different political organizations. So I would do parties for donors, and we would do fundraisers and events in various states across the United States. And these are political donors. These are the main people that are invested in activism across the country in a financial way. So these are some of the wealthiest people in America. And no.
Okay, well, pause here, because I don't think she understands. The context of which you would act in during a fundraiser is not the same in which you'll act in trying to find a wife. So her problem, the problem here is that it's not the equivalent. If I want a wife and I'm wealthy, my criterion is going to be different than if I want to help destitute kids with the fundraiser and help them, understand the importance of mathematics, and then John has a point. Political people are always nice with witnesses. There you go. What's up, my brawler? Yeah, dude. Yeah, what's up? How you doing? So yeah, it's the context isn't the same. Some wealthy people, first of all, most people aren't just belligerent in public anyway, especially if you're a wealthy person, because you've got an image you want to uphold. And then even then, some celebrities are still just belligerent people, right? But when you're trying to date someone, and rejecting someone isn't even an act of cruelty. I guess it can be if you're really oh no, you're short, I'll never want to be with you. That might be a little cruel. But saying, yeah, I don't like your character qualities. I don't think you match with my lifestyle. I don't want to date you. I don't want you to be my wife. It might sting, but it's not cruel. So it's just not even the same thing. You can be polite and say, I don't want to date you, and just say I don't want you. And it might hurt the other person, but it's not malicious. It's not the same thing.
This is so laughable. It's almost unbelievable. No, these millionaire guys weren't all married to hot 25-year-olds.
Okay, maybe Bill Gates. Who else? Steve Jobs. Actually, was he married? Was Steve Jobs married? You guys tell me that. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen do a live stream. Is this the first time? Technically, no. It's the first time in very many years. I remember doing live streams used to be hilariously easy on YouTube. And now it's pretty complicated. But it's the first time I've done it in several years, but not the first time I've ever done a live stream. And then a couple of months ago I was on Twitch. I might go back to Twitch and play some League of Legends and some other video games. So Steve Jobs was married. I don't know if his wife was super hot though. I didn't even know he was married. Yeah, he was married, just neglected that part of his family life a lot. He probably did. Yeah, man, LJ Fighter's right. Like straight up, dude. And then you could screen share. Like the screen share option was just built in. You just click screen share, boom. Twitch is the same as my username, BASSFZz. It's the same thing. And I made it to be congruent. At first it was something different, and then I was like, that's not synchronized, and the viewers might be confused. So I made it the same thing, BASSFZz.
Like, because first of all, they're acting like this woman is delusional because she.
Well, delusional may not be a fair word to use, but maybe I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as to call her delusional, but she certainly is foolish. She's not wise in her pursuits because she's not thinking of how to obtain the male that she wants, and she's not thinking of the logistics of obtaining the male she wants. So the logistics being, once again, 9% of Americans earn a 6-figure salary. Excuse me. So where are you gonna find them? Are you gonna find them shopping at Walmart? Probably not. So where are you gonna go to find this dude that's making 6 figures? So you have to find a place somewhere first, and then you have to court this man. Then you have to convince this man to date you. And a lot of ladies aren't used to this idea of courting men, right? Because they're the ones that usually exist, and they go do something, and then some dude walks up and tries to talk to them. So it's like, so now it's being flipped, and these women just don't have the skills or life experience to recognize that they have to court these guys. They have to find men. Whereas men are the ones who usually have to go out and like find women, right? Whether it's just on a social media app or something, it's still men seeking the women out, and the ladies just kind of waiting passively. It's totally inverted when you start going into this higher, bracket, because now the men are the ones who are more sought after. The men have more options. The dudes can just straight up find sugar babies if they really wanted to and just never commit to a wife to begin with. Some of these dudes will straight up have wives and still will like pay prostitutes to be with them. So then the question is, like, if they can just pay a woman and then be done with it, like, why would they commit to you? You have to ask that question when you're a woman and you want to date people with this amount of money. You have to come to terms with that. As degenerate as you might want to say, when these men are able to just bounce between multiple different women, like what is it going to be the thing that makes them stick with you? And that's a question that a young lady should ask herself if she's like, I need a guy with this much money here. It's like, okay, like, but why would he want you? Yeah, women start to see what us dudes go through around the 30 age mark. Sometimes. I would say more often than not.
She wants a guy with 6 figures, which this woman herself makes 6 figures.
Let me just pause right there. I know we're only 3 minutes in, but like, you guys understand now why I had to respond to this, right? Like, I know we're only 3 minutes in, and it's like, see, here's the thing. I don't think a lot of ladies understand that, like, as men, we don't care how much money they make, because we all know we'll never see a cent of it. It means absolutely nothing to us, for the most part. Now, are there going to be some women out there who are fine making more money than their husband or boyfriend? Yes, they exist. But like, they're not the majority, okay? So like, you wouldn't want to bank on that. You might find one, but let's be real. Vast majority of ladies are not going to want to date men that make more money than. They don't like that at all. It dries up their wops. They have daps. Let's see if you guys get that one. So like with this understanding that most women aren't gonna try to date men they make more money than, it really doesn't matter if our lady friend here makes 6 figures herself, because dudes understand that like that money isn't gonna be like combined, like it's not gonna be added on to. Like a lot of ladies, they don't take the resources they have and then combine it with the resources the dude have, and then they live together with that. What they usually do is they have their own money that they spend on their own thing, and then they'll just have the dude take care of them even still. So the guy is still using the main bulk of his money to facilitate her lifestyle, and then she has her own money. So basically, she gets more. She effectively doubles her income, but the dude effectively splits his income in half for her. That's how a lot of women are, unfortunately, which I don't think is reasonable expectation to have for yourself, to make so much money and then like not use that money to help your family out or help your husband out. But you know, who am I? I'm just some nigga on the internet. It's just like there's a lot of women that do this. They'll spend a lot of time becoming financially stable just so they can justify having a dude that's financially stable, and then not even like contribute or like try to facilitate a combination of their income, but just have him still take care of her. So like dudes are like, so like men, we don't care. Like we'll date a waitress. Like a millionaire could date a waitress and be perfectly happy because it doesn't matter. You know, like men, we don't need to find other women who are like CEOs or other women that are like lawyers or anything. It's like, you know, it's just, are you a nice person? Are you cute? Are you attractive? Well, there you go. We'll take it from there. So her having a lot of money is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's nice. It's nice for her. You know, good job. You know, I think she has a pet grooming business. I think. But, like, it is what it is. I mean, well done. Well done. But I don't care. You're not going to use that money to help me out. So, like, why do I care?
And she makes a great point at the beginning when she's like, well, I mean, couldn't I get with an older guy? Because it's not like, you know, 25-year-olds want to date like a 45-year-old man. So it's like,
oh, you, you are, okay. I don't know. Like, is it a general expectation that 25-year-old women date 45-year-old men? I wouldn't go as far to say like general, but I mean, to pretend that it ain't something that's happened, you know, in a significant amount is just kind of foolish to me. Like, she might be ignorant, vibes. Like, I'm not gonna put a number on it, but like, I don't think we can sit here and pretend that there aren't like 25-year-old. And then there are some, I've chatted with a couple of sugar babies before, you know. It's a handful. Some of them even younger than 25. I mean, there's this one girl I knew, she was 18 and she was hooking up with this one married dude for $200 each session, I guess you could call it. Which to me, I could say a whole lot about that. I'll talk about that maybe some other time, but I mean, like, it's, yeah, they'll do it. If they get paid, they'll do it. I guess that's prostitution though, man. Oh, Arthur, you're only 23? I thought you were older for some reason. But like 18 to 80. They're yeah, you probably will. You probably will. I don't know if 18 dating 80 is a pretty consistent thing though, but you'll definitely find 20.
So she's 35. So she's like, you know, I'm 35. Maybe I could get with like a 45-year-old guy who's divorced or something like that.
Yo, can you guys hear me again? So OBS is saying, hold on. Oof. Oof. Okay, hello. Can you hear me? OBS is doing the greeny thingies. Okay, Vibes, you can hear me again. I guess I don't even know what part I left out at. Thanks for looking out, guys. Because I would have just kept talking. You said it sounds like a laptop mic now. It shouldn't be, though. Huh, because I can hear the audio from the other. You're speaking through a pillow now? Oh, this sucks. Let me see. Properties. Advanced audio properties. Just don't like how it works. How's that? We can hear you. You're fine. Just a little bit of feedback. How's this? How does that sound? You can hear the fan. You can hear the fan of the laptop. Okay, that would make sense because I am on my laptop. Okay, how about? Yes, there is a fan in the background. It's the fan in the laptop. Turn down the gain. I turned down the gain to -1 dB. Let me turn down to -2 dB. Okay. So how about now? And that would make sense. The microphone is picking up the fan, but I don't know which microphone the thing is using. Let me see. I think this thing was working so fine. We're only 3 minutes in and I already have these technical difficulties. What is going on? Hold on. Let me see. Let me type in microphone. Open. Well, I don't know. You think we should just keep going? It's not bad. Been worse. Did you turn in the wombo? No, I don't think so. I guess I'll just have to review it for later. With your computer price. It's not wet. Why would I do that? Okay, let's go.
And he's like, why would a 45-year-old man date you when he could date a 25-year-old? And she's like, well, but a 20 or 25-year-old doesn't want to date a 45-year-old man.
Well, you would assume. Maybe generally, but there are some that will take it with the quickness.
And he's like, BS, I have to beat them off with a stick. Like,
I mean, he probably does. I mean, yeah, he might be, stroking his own ego or patting himself on the back, but he probably does legitimately get some offers. I mean, shoot, even Destiny, that little scrawny little mess of a man, gets offers. Like, just straight up, like, having an audience on YouTube, you're gonna get offers. Unless you're me and you just like tell women the truth, then you'll never get offers. I don't like that. But no, like I believe Kevin Samuels 100% gets 25 to 30-year-old women trying to date him. I wouldn't put that past them at all. If Destiny has groupies, Kevin Samuel 100% has groupies. Like, let's not pretend, Let's not play this game, my friend.
That is so delusional. That is delusional like, he's thinking that she's delusional for wanting, like, the bare minimum. Like, quite frankly, she should be asking for even more in someone. And the fact that she would even be willing to talk to this guy shows that, like, her standards literally need to be higher. And she will actually have better luck if that were the case. Wow. So he's sitting here telling her this while simultaneously saying the most delusional stuff I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean,
I don't really like this take from her because she just keeps saying he's being delusional, but everything can be traced back to some clear ironclad logic. Like, Kevin Samuels is just not being unreasonable here, my friend.
I'm thinking back to when I was 20 and 25. If I saw a 45-year-old man, I would have literally thought it was the Crypt Keeper. Like,
well, come on, dude. Like, now you're just being hyperbolic. Like, are we gonna sit here and pretend that we don't have handsome 45? Like, look at Monday. Monday Blue was somewhere in his 40s, right? We're gonna sit here and pretend that like every 45-year-old dude is like fat with a beer gut and is balding and just no. Like, of course not. Like, some of them are attractive young men. I say attract young. They're not young, but they're definitely attractive men who've definitely, you know, taken care of themselves. Yeah, so people keep saying the mic volume is low. Now, this is weak. I don't know what to do about that. Wonder if I have it closer. Like, see, the thing is, I can hear it flying through the headphones, but I guess it's not translating well through OBS, and I don't really know what to do. And I don't want to restart the stream because then I'd have a bunch of stuff. Let me see.
I would have literally thought it was the Crypt Keeper. Like,
It says to balance it out. So I'll turn it down. So I turn down the volume of the video. Say your volume isn't low, it's down. Yes, that would make sense. I did turn up the volume of the video to be louder than me. That was purposeful. Mostly so you guys can understand the video more than you can understand me. Cause I always pause the video in order to speak. So that's why I always figured like making sure the video is audible more than anything else. So, I don't know. I am confused. You guys are giving me mixed signals. I don't know what to do. We're gonna press forward.
I can't think of anything grosser, like, than a 45-year-old, a 50-year-old man thinking that I'm, like, into him. So it's so stupid, and it's so delusional. And not only that, like, let's say that I was attracted to that guy. One, it would be because I have, like, severe mental problems. And two, like, why would he be attracted to me? Why would he want to be with a 20-year-old? Like, what on earth would we possibly have in common?
Yeah, okay. Like, here's the thing. I have to pause to say this. How long is she gonna go on about this? I don't know. This is the first time I watched this video. I literally came in. I told you guys. Well, maybe you weren't here, Seg. But I watched 1 minute and then I was like, I'm gonna live stream my reaction. I guess this is the test stream, Myth Cuttlefish. This is the test, and you guys are my test subjects. So that's why this was very impromptu, and I gotta figure it out how to make it work better. Can you hear? Yes, I can hear the fan. Hold on, let me see. Let me try this. Microphone. OBS is currently using my microphone, huh? But you know what? It probably is. Maybe. She's so mad. Because people keep complaining about this microphone and other people aren't. Wow, we've been live for almost an hour now, huh? Imagine that, a BASSFZz live stream. Yeah, I know. And I have all these audio issues, apparently. So you know what? That confirms it. It is using the... Okay. So OBS is using the onboard microphone. And I need to know how to switch it. Give me 1 second. It's going to be a black screen for a second. So I can Google swap microphone for OBS. Yep.
Just found out on Arcade it finds the key and the tempo.
Yep.
Hey yo, what's good, fam squad? It's your boy Smack.
Oh, this is funny.
Coming at you guys with another quick YouTube.
Can you guys hear the tutorial?
I'm gonna be doing this for my OBS fans.
Okay, Krusty, how does a nigga sound like he has glasses on, is my question. Can you answer that one for me? This nigga sound like he's wearing glasses. This nigga sound like he can see straight. This nigga sound like he's got crystal clear vision.
Connected and you're currently speaking to it. And if you don't want to speak into this mic and you want to speak to another mic that's connected to your PC, what you want to do is you want to go over here, go to the one you already have it connected to, go to click the settings button, go all the way down to properties, and over here you could change the mic that you have connected towards your mic aux. Alright?
Okay.
And
so that looks simple enough. How about now, guys? Does the mic quality sound better? Does it sound better? Does it sound better? Is it better now? Is it better? Oh, it's perfect. Alright then. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. That was simple. Why, thank you. Well, it looks like in order to get what you want, you just gotta complain enough. I'm messing with you guys. Alright, let's go.
What on earth could I possibly add to his life that isn't completely shallow and pointless? Like,
this might be a little fair. Let's go back.
would we possibly have in common?
Okay, I know what I wanted to say. Now, the thing that kind of gets me is I hear a lot of ladies make this criticism here where she says that there's no way we'll have anything in common. Well, the truth of the matter is people in the same age bracket between the genders or sexes don't really have a lot of things in common, right? Excuse me. For example, how many women, and you sound off in the comment section, dear viewer, how many women have you ever had an intelligent conversation with about the merits of Digimon and how it's a much better product than Pokemon could ever be? Right? Okay, that's probably a little too specific. So, like, how many of you guys have, like, conversed with a woman about video games, like, in general? Like, probably a few, right? Now, you've probably talked to a few women about video games. Now, compare that to the amount of women who you have talked to who never played video games. And you're going to find that there's only a smaller section of women who are going to be interested in video games. Now, let's do another one. Now, let's see how many people who are readers in the audience. Now, how many people, like, read fantasy books or read anything, really, right? I like reading, but here's the thing. I like reading stuff like Percy Jackson. Well, the last time I read a book was a couple years ago. I don't really have a lot of time now. But the Percy Jackson series is some of my favorite books, right? Now, how many women have I met who have even heard about that? Very few. Let alone I could have a conversation with about the merits of Percy Jackson and how it's a great series for both teens and adults, right? Even adults can get something out of it. Not very many. And the reason why is because a lot of women aren't interested in snappy, sarcastic kids fighting gods and monsters. And that's okay. It's not wrong that women are more interested in young adult novel series that have a lot of love triangles in them. That's very popular with girls. Okay? How many dudes do you know read books with female protagonists as they wrestle between dating one guy or another and the fate of the world looms over her head? I mean, maybe a few, but it's not something that men are generally interested in. And that's okay. Now, some people here, I'm reading your guys' comments while I'm speaking. Some of you guys haven't even had a conversation with a girl about books, you know? Like, the interest, like, our interest even in the same age brackets just aren't even going to be the same. How many girls have you talked to about your favorite manga? How many women have you brought up Alice in Borderland to? You know, that new series on Netflix. I actually read through the whole manga the other day. That's one of my favorite mangas of all time, by the way. That made it up. Alice in Borderland. But how many girls have you talked to about manga? How many girls have you talked to about Dragon Ball Z? Probably not very many. Maybe a few. But the vast majority of the people who are interested in the things that males are interested in, even if we talk about cars and auto mechanic. Yeah, see, GTA Hater he beat me to it, or about cars. it's just not the same thing. So it's like the interests, they're just not the same. So to ask that your partner has to be 100% like you guys have to have things in common, you really don't. What you just have to do is you just have to care about what the person has to say enough to want to listen to them. Because listen, here's the thing. A girl can talk to me about 90210. I've never seen an episode of that. Or Dawson's Creek. I've never seen an episode of that, right? But if she can speak intelligently about the merits of the show and why she likes it and why there are interesting aspects to it, I'll listen. By all means, talk to me about Dawson's Creek. I've never seen the damn thing. But maybe there's something in it I don't see. And I'm open enough to listen to that. You don't have to have the same... Like, if a woman is into art, I'm not into painting. He says, I'm cherry picking the most extreme. Are those the most extreme? Is Percy Jackson the most extreme example? Or Dawson's Creek? Give me an example that's not extreme then. And then we'll talk about that. While you give me that example, I'm going to keep going on with my point. My point is that you don't really have to have a lot of things in common with someone to really like them and talk to them. You just have to be interested in them as a person. Vibes. Yeah, didn't you ask me? I was going to get to your question, Vibes. I was just talking. That's why I feel men and women can't really be friends. What do you think about this statement? There's the correct answer to that question is not really. Which means that it is possible, but there are certain conditions that have to be set for that to really work out very well. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you meet a woman that you can be friends with, you should probably just make her your wife and just be done with it. Game of Thrones, we all like it. Huh. I guess that's kind of fair. But maybe for like different reasons though. So why did you like Game of Thrones? Ooh la la. He's intentionally picking things that the least amount of women like. Well, yeah, that's my point. That is my point. How many guys are interested in 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight? Like, how many guys are interested in the Winx Club? I mean, maybe a handful. How many guys are interested in Witch? I mean, like, ooh la la, my friend. Who's your favorite Digimon? Can you tell me your ultimate team of Pokemon? Watch, I'll hit you up with this one right now. Watch this. If I could make a Pokemon team, we got Umbreon. Let me see, Umbreon, Pikachu, Greninja, Wyvern, Charizard X. I'll make a Charizard X. And then I got a wild card. Let me think. Maybe Bisharp. Maybe Bisharp might be my sixth one. Maybe Lucario. If we can put legendaries on my team, I'm gonna go with Rayquaza. Rayquaza is gonna be my sixth Pokemon. Right? That's off the top of my head. Can you hit me up? Can you hit me up with a Pokemon team that you think would be really great, and you think you could like Wyvern? You've never seen Wyvern? Hold on, dude. Wyvern is the GOAT. Oh, I said Wyvern. It's Noivern, my bad. It's Noivern. I said Wyvern is what he's based off of. The actual serpent with wings. It's Noivern. Noivern is the Pokemon. That was my bad. That was my bad there. Actually, just so you guys, can you guys see that? Okay, you guys can see him. But like my friend, how many times have you had a conversation about the merits of Digimon Season 3 and how it is probably one of the best children's shows ever? Are you still here? But I don't mean to call you out, but it's like, you know, he's saying I'm picking the most extreme things, but it's like that's what we're. How many women do you know who are into One Piece, who are into My Hero Academia? Now, no, here's the thing. There's a lot of girls into My Hero Academia though, right? But here's the irony, and this is something that I always find strange, is that there are women who are into My Hero Academia, but they're the same women that didn't like Naruto, and that just confuses me. That just is hilarious to me. But to be fair, there are a lot of girls who are into My Hero Academia. I think that's fair to say. I've met a couple who are into it. There are, but the thing is, how many women do you know who actually looked into Inuyasha? A few. I remember one back when, this was years ago, back when I was in the 6th grade. It was one, and she was weird. Nobody liked her. People didn't like talking to her. She had one friend. She was strange. You know, like the girls who are into that kind of stuff. Are they like the Valley Stacy girls? Like, not really. And that's okay. And listen, and that's okay. It really is. But like, men and women just aren't interested in the same things. I don't think they have to be, is what I'm saying. Well, you don't need to be mean, JC Ransom. This is good stuff. I want her to challenge me on this one. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Let her talk. Oh, you're rewatching Inuyasha. That's cool. My ultimate point, here's my ultimate point. Men and women don't have to be interested in the same thing to like date each other. You just have to care about that person enough to listen to them. That's it. You don't have to. You really don't. Now, I love the Vampire Diaries, straight up. If I met a girl who liked the Vampire Diaries, that's cool. If she doesn't, that's also cool, you know? Because there's more to a person. Can I be a mod? I don't know what a mod... I don't even know how to make people mods, I'll be honest with you. What's good, Vizen? He said, I'll back you up on this, bro. I'm a single father, 5, 4 girls. Ooh, 16, 24, and a son, 11. So I kind of got a good sampling. Yeah. So the girls probably, you know, just in terms of just my life experience, they probably aren't interested in the same things that your son are. And that's okay. I don't know how to enable super chats, by the way. Okay. All I'm saying is that more of our interests align that don't. The extreme ones are extreme ones. We relate more on other things than we don't. Do you have any examples? Give me some examples, because Game of Thrones is a pretty good one. That I've seen. That's been pretty mixed. That's a good example. I can't really counter argue that one. You like them diaries, huh? The Anne Rice Train, bruh. Interview with the Vampire. I'm gonna go watch Interview with the Vampire. I haven't seen it. Off-topic question: if rape fantasies are the result of trauma, why do they manifest in women as submissive and in men as dominant? That is a very good question. See, the thing about rape fantasies is the fact that in the video I made recently, which I think you are referring to, there's different motivations for them from what I can gather. So, whereas some of them are a result of trauma, some of them are not. Some of them are a result of, I'm not going to go as far as to say narcissism, but an extreme desire to be desirable, which kind of is a funny thing to say, but it's like taking what already exists in a lot of ladies and then cranking it up to 11. Like, they already want to be desired, they already want men to want them, they already recognize that is a power they have, and so they get off to the idea that someone wants them so much that they give reckless abandon to the rest of their lives, that they're willing to break the law for them. You know, that's what motivates some of them. What motivates some ladies is the fact that they don't get any attention at all. So they imagine one day that they finally are like forced into. And then there are some women who are who try to be Christian and they try to be good girls, quote unquote. And so the idea of being raped means that they can experience having sex and it won't be their fault. So there's nothing wrong with them. So that's some of them. So there's some of that too. You know, it's all over the place. It's kind of hard to really consolidate. Which is why I was saying in that video, like there's just multiple motivations that I've gathered so far. I guess to finish answering your question, why do they manifest in women as submissive? Well, I mean, I've got a biblical answer to that one. I don't know if you'd like to hear it. And men as dominant. I think the thing about being a man, being a man is kind of mixed, because you'll have some dudes who want to be dominant as much as you have men who want to be heroic, whereas you'll have men that have fantasies of protecting people and like saving them, as well as men that want to like subjugate them. So it kind of really just depends on the dude, I would say. You'd have to figure out like why he feels that way, because some dudes have no desire to be dominant at all. You know, some dudes, and I don't mean like the whole like simp and like findom guys. I mean just guys who just are vanilla, so you would say. I was the one that posted that too. What did you post? Let me see. I think I missed your comment. I missed your comment. Man, we've done gone all right. We've gone all off the beaten path, haven't we? This is why live streaming is fun. Oh, you're welcome, King of Heroes. By the way, is that Gilgamesh? Yeah, are you a Fate fan? I think is your thumbnail Gilgamesh? Oh, I'm waiting for an answer. Okay, ooh la la. I was the one who posted that. What else did you post? Let me see. Because I think I may have skipped over your answer. All I'm saying is... Aha, yeah, it's Gilgamesh. Yeah. I'm a Fate fan as well. I love Fate. I love Fate Stay Night. I think Unlimited Blade Works is my favorite path. Actually, I don't know. I like Unlimited Blade Works, but I still like Shiro with Saber. But I also like Shiro with Ren too. He said this is more interesting than a video. We didn't come here to talk about fate and talk about, you know, men and women's interests. Which, by the way, Lala, I am curious. I don't mean to call you out. Like, I don't mean to, like, hopefully you don't feel like I'm upset or calling you out. But I am curious to hear what you have to say. Sorry, the thing about seeing you on your last videos, boss, and the possible reasons. Oh, you said that as well? Okay. Alright. Well, the difference between going off topic and staying on topic is until the industry and personal discipline. Perhaps. But like I say, I like talking. I'm more like interacting with the chat more than anything else anyway. Anyhow, let's continue.
What on earth could I possibly add to his life that isn't completely shallow and pointless? Like, well,
there is comfort. There is comfort in being wanted. There is comfort in having a beautiful woman acknowledge you. I can understand that. You can certainly be a very supportive and strong, mature 25-year-old woman. That is possible. Unlikely, but possible. It doesn't have to be a purely shallow, manipulative relationship. Although I would imagine that a lot of it is. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, as much as it can be good, I would still imagine that some of it can definitely be. It can definitely be a very, very wholesome relationship. I wouldn't expect that to be the case though. To her point.
Like,
excuse me.
It just shows like a very shallow set of values and principles. Actually, it shows like a lack of those things. It shows like a lack of values, a lack of principles, a lack of any sort of thought of legacy or morality. But it's not even emotionally healthy for this woman to date a man who doesn't make at least 6 figures, because
what? Nigga, what? It's not emotionally healthy? A common interest, weed, Netflix and chill, movies, etc. I mean, weed, maybe. That's substance usage. Netflix and chill is a euphemism for having sex. So, like, yeah, I'm not surprised that men and women are interested in having sex with each other. But movies is too broad of a topic. In fact, movies would kind of go on to my point about, like, reading, remember? Because even if two people enjoy reading, you know, you might enjoy reading The Mortal Instruments, and I enjoy reading Aragon, you know? Don't men love also doing the dishes? So, like, but here's my thing, but, like, even at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, I would feel. I don't think men and women have to have the same interest. I just think men and women just have to care about the other person and to have a good relationship. My friends, one of my friends loves reading about history, and another one of my friend likes looking into cryptocurrency and likes, you know, investing, right? I don't do any of those things. I don't look into history. I don't look into cryptocurrency too much. Yeah, Aragon is my favorite book too. I don't do any of those two things, but because I care about them and what interests them, actually, and even if I don't spend my time learning about history, it's still fun to hear it and talk about it. In the same way, learning about cryptocurrency and the stock market is. What's up, Dubsy? So it's like, man, hopefully GameStop goes to the moon. But I actually have a stock in GameStop. Well, a share. I have a share. Anyhow, it's like, yeah, but you relate on these levels and it spills into each other when you are together. Yeah, I mean, it's easier to talk to someone who is interested in the same things you are. But at the same time, if you just like the person in general, they can talk about anything and you'll listen. Or maybe that's just me. Like I said, if a woman wanted to talk to me about the merits of Twilight, and I'll talk about Twilight, because I'll tell you something funny about Twilight. Twilight is probably one of the biggest missed opportunities of storytelling I've ever seen. Stephanie Meyer has so many great ideas that do absolutely nothing because she wants to focus on Edward and Bella. And if a woman wanted to talk to me about why it's better to focus on Edward and Bella, I'll listen, you know. You have a common communication interest even if you do read/watch. You have to enjoy hearing and talking about it. Yeah, I would say. But like I said, I mean, for me, you know, it's easy for me. Like I find things that I don't know interesting. You know, when people tell me things I don't know, I want to know more. And if they're passionate about it, I want to hear them speak about it. And if a woman is passionate about anything that I don't know about, I'll listen. And I think I think you don't have to I don't have to date a woman that likes Digimon, you know? I don't have to date a woman that's played Golden Sun or even knows what that is. Right? I don't have to. Wait, me and the woman, we don't have to like The Dark Knight, right? If I could date a woman who said, I hate The Dark Knight, okay, cool, like, that's okay. Why did you? I would ask her, why do you hate The Dark Knight? And we'll talk about that. Can I upload the full video later? Full video of what? This is a live stream. I don't know what you're referring to. He said, exactly. You can actually bond with someone you don't have anything related to as long as the person is nice and has good communication skills. Bingo. So, IDK seems like the perfect place to join a thoughtful discussion. Oh, absolutely. This is the perfect place for that. I absolutely will speak intelligently about any topic. Actually, I don't know if that was for me. My bad. Would you date a woman that hates God? Absolutely not. No. No. Nah, dude. I don't date anyone. I don't date women that have any demonic paraphernalia on their body either. Like, nah, I don't do that. If you got skulls and demons and death on you as a tattoo or like any type of jewelry, nah, dude. I'm good. I don't mess with that kind of stuff at all. But she has to be willing to sit and have good conversations about it and not just and shut down. Exactly. So really it's a question of character. It's not a question of like trivia, because that's what a lot of this stuff really is, right? Trivia. What's your favorite color? Red. You know, what's your favorite book? The Mortal Instruments, right? That's trivia. But like strength of character, which I believe is more important, is hearing an opinion that's not yours and considering it and looking at it and picking it apart. And then at the end of the day say, you know what? I don't agree, but I still like you and I still want to be around you. That's to me, would speak more to me than a woman who's like, oh yeah, I love Gallantmon. I love War Greymon X. Like, you know, like, I mean, that might be fun to talk about Digimon, but like the real merit of a person is their ability to be steadfast and to consider things and to think critically about things. That is more important to me. So I don't feel like you have to have things in common to be able to have a good relationship with someone, right? So anyhow, let's go back to this woman.
Let's say she makes $200,000 a year. She owns her own pet business. So this is a woman who herself is successful. Like, they act like she's asking for some pie in the sky stuff. She never said she's looking for, you know, some A-less.
You know what, guys? But like, let's pause. Let's pause for a second here. Now, viewers, did you hear what she said? Let's go back and listen again. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Now listen, guys. I have a point here.
Date a man who doesn't make at least 6 figures, because let's say she makes $200,000 a year. She owns her own pet business. So this is a woman who herself is successful. Like, they act like she's asking for some pie in the sky stuff. She never said she's looking for, some A-list celebrity or.
Okay, pause. Now, question, viewers. If this woman is making $200K a year, why does she need a man to make $200K a year? I'll wait. Because there's only one correct answer to this question. Which, by the way, Myth, you are correct. It is indeed pie in the sky. You are correct. This woman is, ironically, more delusional than she claims anyone else to be. Okay, pride. So he doesn't steal her money in a divorce? Oh. What's hers is hers, and what's yours is ours. Okay, successful doesn't equal interest, and if she ain't fun to be with, she better look damn good on my arm. Yeah? Arm candy. I'm not into arm candy, though. Trash memes? You're right. That is a good question. And that's a question people don't ask themselves. Here's the correct answer to that question. She doesn't. That's the correct answer to that question is, if you make $200K, you don't need another person to make $200K. You don't. You don't. So to have $400K a year, that's if you, yeah, my friend, that's if you aggregate it together. And a lot of ladies don't aggregate their money together with their husband. Now, there's some that do, and which is just reasonable. Combine your income together with someone to have a stronger buying power and buying force and more comfortable life. Is just the way that it should be. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But a lot of women, they don't operate with the mindset of, I'm going to take what I have and combine it with someone else of equal stature to double it. It's, I have what I have, and I want him to have what I have so he can take care of me. And that's how it is. And so when you think about it logically, when you hit into a bracket of making that much money, you don't need an equal partner, quote unquote, anymore. What you would need then is merit of the person's character, because you're trying to have a family. You would assume you're trying to have a family, right? Because if you don't, there's no reason to invoke the opposite sex if you're not trying to have children. You may as well just go do anything else you want to do. Yes, $400K combined for a comfortable life in a metropolitan city. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but why? Why would you need $400K? He says, dude, you seem like you need to grab peppermint tea with honey and a good steam out shower. Maybe. Do I sound that bad? Maybe I do. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch the stream. Move to the Midwest? You could. Yeah, Mift gets it. He says, I can't say money isn't real. I guess it is an abstract concept, quote unquote. But yes, what Xerxes is saying is key. My husband and I fused our finances until I became a housewife, and that includes no needless spending. Well, there you go. See? No, I don't even think I've ever been high. Jinto Blazing asked, are you high? No, I've never been high. It's about feelings. She will feel like she's dating down. It's all about how she feels. And you were absolutely correct. And that's the point, I was trying to get to you guys, is that it is just about feelings. It is just about her emotions. Because if you think pragmatically about it, you could have $200K and date any dude and live comfortably and have him be a stay-at-home dad. Or you could date a construction worker, with your $200K income and be perfectly fine. But that's not what she wants. Class has nearly always been based on income, though. It's not a feeling. It's true, and it. Yeah, that's a fact. But my question is, why do you need to date someone in the same class if they have merit? If they're a good person and you think that they'll be a good individual to have children with, like, why do they need to make the same amount of money as you make? Not unless you make $35K. If you make $35,000 a year and you date another dude with $35,000, what is that? $70,000 a year? That's fair, right? Like the less money you have to ask for someone to make as much so you guys can double your income together. If you're being pragmatic, if that's your objective, perfectly fine. That makes perfect sense. You want to double your income for a comfortable life for your children. Makes sense. But if you are a successful businesswoman, there's no reason for you to date a successful businessman. Like, you're done. You have the income, you have the money. You're stable. You don't need to be taken care of. And yet, despite that, these ladies are still asking for dudes to give them all this money. Is that a super chat? What is that? $4.99. Wait, do I have super chats on there? He says, would love to see you go live more often. Have I watched Trigun or Ninja Scroll? No, I've heard of Trigun, and I've never heard of Ninja Scroll. Let me Google that. I'm gonna check it out. Oh, it's a movie. I'm gonna check it out one of these days. Probably after this live stream. I didn't even know. Holy shoot! I didn't even know I had super chats enabled. You didn't have to send me any money, dude. You could have just asked me the question in the comment section. I would have told you. Yeah, it's not only income, bro. I think he's maybe I have to watch it because you guys seem to like it. Cool, super chats work. You guys, you don't have to give me money. Like, you're just I mean, I'll take it, but you guys don't have to super chat me. Like, I'll read your comment. Okay. So let's keep going. Shout out to the stream bosses.
Or some, like, male model. And it wouldn't even be safe for her to enter a relationship with a guy who doesn't make, at least that much, because then you get into situations where he might just be dating her because he wants his bills paid. It might get into, like...
Oh, did you hear that, viewer? Hold on, viewer.
To enter a relationship with a guy who doesn't make, at least that much, because then you get into situations where he might just be dating her because he wants his bills paid. It might get into
hold on. Let's hear that one more time.
That much, because then you get into situations where he might just be dating her because he wants his bills paid. It might get into...
Oh, yes. It is men who primarily date women that have more money than them because they want their bills paid. Primarily, that's primarily the issue. That's primarily the worry. That's who that usually happens to. Okay. like there. Okay, so there's two things. There's point number one. Can it happen? Yes. Can it happen? Whereas you have a sugar mommy, right? And you're just with her, so yeah, it can. But come on, primarily, come on. Because point number two, how many women normally date men that make less money than them? Oh, thanks, Jay West. Guys, you guys don't have to give me super chats. Your videos are great, and I just want to show support. Thank you, man. But you guys really don't have to. But thank you. We're just talking. But it's like, yeah, it's projection. It's like, that's not. It can. But like, how many ladies date men that make less money than them for them to be abused in this manner? Like, we're literally talking right now about a woman who makes six figures who doesn't want to date someone that makes less than that. Literally right now. I mean, that's not the issue of dating a man that makes less money than you.
To like a using situation.
She says every time she dates a guy, a lower earning guy, they end up using her. Okay. Once is happenstance, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. Wait, trash memes. Please leave. Does the stream not stay up by itself? do I have to like do something special about that? Because I thought the stream just stayed up by itself. Huh. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm not gonna take this down. I'm not trying to be mean, but I have a nephew who had a boy out of wedlock, and the father's gone. What tone of skin would you guys reckon he has? You don't have to call us out, man. You don't have to call us out, man. Just chill out, man. Sugar mommies are so few and far in between that we have to idolize 6 feet tall, thick Resident Evil villain by calling her mommy. Man. They probably think you'd be like NC and take the streams down. No, I don't do that. I just leave them up. Well, I've always left up live streams. I don't think I've ever taken... I think the only time I've ever taken a video down is maybe like copyright or like some other issue. Maybe there's like a mistake. And I delete any like re-upload. Like if I mistakenly re-upload a video, you guys have probably seen that before. I've done that a few times. But yeah, I don't know. Like this whole like okay, so she says okay, so once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. So if this is a pattern that's occurring to her, this is happening to her, it will not be fixed because she started dating a dude that makes the same amount of money. Because the issue is she's dating these men who want to use her. If she dated someone that had integrity, that wouldn't happen. Just bottom line. They'd have other issues in their relationship maybe, but it wouldn't be this one. So I'd have to go into more detail with her and figure that one out. But the issue isn't the fact that he makes less money. It's an issue of character.
Like a weird dynamic where there's not even a way for there to be like a masculine and a feminine yin and yang. Like you cannot build a relationship like that. It's not possible. And so she calls in and asks this guy, and this is her first flaw. Like, you know, this dating coach says that she needs therapy, and of course in his mind the therapy is because she's delusional and has too high of standards. No, her therapy is the fact that she's calling this guy and thinking that abusive and demeaning and trashy men have anything at all to offer her.
What's with all these adjectives, man? Like, we get it. You don't like them. Jeez.
Because this is a trashy piece of crap guy. Like, this guy is garbage. This is not a high-value man. This is like a sleazebag, right?
Now, see, the thing I've never liked the term high-valued man or low-valued man, because it reminds me of my slave ancestry. No, I'm kidding. No, but I think the problem that I have here is the criterion of being high value and low value is contingent upon what women like and what women don't like. And I don't think that women should be in control of our merit as a male, as a man. I don't think they get to decide that, because what they've decided for what being a high valued man is just a simp that has a lot of money. And I mean that, and I don't mean this one facetiously. I have made the video, I just never uploaded it, about female dating strategies where they talk about what their high valued man is. And their high valued man, by every metric, by everything that they say, is just a dude who's incredibly subservient, listens to her, accepts everything she does, and has a lot of money. It's just a simp. It's just a simp that blows smoke up her butt and pays for her stuff. So whenever women say, I don't think anyone should ever even use the terms high value and low value man. It's either good partner or bad partner. At the end of the day, is this person going to help you raise children very well? They're a good partner. Are they not? They're a bad partner. And it doesn't matter how much money and status you have. If you're not going to use that money and status to give your child a good life, there's no reason to engage in the opposite sex and have a relationship with them. You just end it right there. Live your life. Be fine. Life goes on. If you're a rich person and you don't want kids, fine. But like, you're not a high valued man if you're not using as a partner. Like, if you're talking about sexual relationships, it doesn't matter. What matters is, like, are you gonna try to help your kid and raise them to be well? Kassie West was a single mother herself, actually, and that's why she's triggered. Yeah, I heard that. I would like to know her history. I'll be honest with you. Let's go. They can't determine what is high value without making the determination through competition and setting up the hierarchy. That might be true, but again, women's discretion on what is high value and low value is incredibly shallow and weak, and solipsistic. Because again, high value to them is still just more about what can he give me. It's not yo, you are a good person with strength of character and wisdom and perseverance. You don't have all of these skills. You aren't great as a person of your own right. You're only good because you have things that I can take from you. Like, it's still selfish. It's not like the person is high value to me because I can get things from them. It's not, you don't look at people like people aren't things you take stuff from. You know, if you're having a sexual relationship, you're not supposed to be trying to take stuff from people. You're supposed to be working with them. Let me see. Jennifer Molesky has great videos about high value men and women. I'll check them out. Let me see. Who's this Jennifer? Because maybe she has a definition I don't have. Maybe she talks a little different. Oh yeah, I know this woman. I'll go look at her stuff later. Yeah. I'm being a broken record here, but for real, all this projection with these women like this. They view themselves on some arbitrary value slider so they can justify everyone else by comparison. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, let's go.
And so, I mean, there definitely are things that she has to work out.
Her first marriage was annulled
to figure out, like,
it resulted in a child. Her current husband David
why do
was
I
a
think
virgin
getting disrespect
and is 4 years younger. So she kind of just tripped and fell into something good. And this is something that kind of bothers me about some ladies, is the fact that they just trip and fall into someone that's willing to pick up the pieces of their life. And that's just not consistent, and it's just not something that you can use to help other women get into better relationships, or any dude either. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
is normal. Why do I think being mistreated or talked down to is okay or acceptable? Like, why am I looking to men who have no principles or morals or virtue? Why am I looking to them for validation or advice? Like these guys who literally have like the suckiest lives ever. Why am I turning to these people for advice instead of like normal, healthy people in good relationships? These are the kinds of things.
But I mean, that's not even Kevin Samuels, though. I mean, he's blunt and he's crass, but like that's not him. He's not this trashy dude at all. That's just not accurate to the person you're responding to. And more than that, all you're doing is just insulting him. Like I want some meat. Give me some meat. Give me some counter arguments. Give me something. Because I guess I could say she's right. If this woman, if it's true what she's saying, that this woman came here to get abused, so you would say, then yeah, probably, yeah, she probably would need therapy for that. But that's not the case. I don't believe that is indeed the issue. Are you not? Let me see. You guys are having some conversation up here in the comment section. I'm gonna keep playing.
That she needs therapy for, and I mean that's not even bad. I had like a breaking point where I realized that I had been like gaslit by a boyfriend, and I was like, how did that happen? Like, how was this guy telling me something that I knew was false, like something that was objectively false, and he was convincing me that like things that didn't happen happened, or you know, I had like these ulterior motives or all this other stuff.
Because you're gullible and you have no strength of character. That's how. Because or rather, whatever he was doing for you or your emotional state was more important than what was true. That's how you were able to get convinced, quote unquote. And that's how it is for a lot of people, unfortunately.
And I was just like taking it and trying to defend myself and trying to like correct a misunderstanding, because I felt like, oh, there must be a misunderstanding, or maybe I said something I didn't realize, or blah, blah, blah. And, you know, of course that guy was like, oh, you are crazy, you need therapy, right? And in a sense, even he was right. Because I did need therapy, but not in the way that he thought. I needed therapy to realize that, like, oh, this actually, like, stems back to childhood, where my parents would gaslight me and my mom would constantly gaslight me and other people. It wasn't just us, but she does tend to like really gaslight and invalidate emotions, to where like whenever that happened in relationships, instead of seeing it as like a giant red flag, I thought it was normal. And so once I recognized that, it got to the point where like I was able to recognize when I was being mistreated or disrespected, and like it wouldn't even go, like I wouldn't even ever see that person again. Like do you get what I'm saying? So and I think a few months after that I met my husband. So really these childhood things, these little things that might not even seem like that big of a deal, can really be the thing that separates you from being able to find a stable relationship. And it could be something as simple as, oh, your parents never validated your emotions.
Blah, 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 blah.
A loser for advice on, and they really do have like these impacts, because something did happen where she is looking to a loser.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that this is her grand stand against them.
For advice on how to find a good quality guy. Like nothing about that makes sense, right? The thing is that human attraction isn't something that can be like reprogrammed. We can't just sit here and...
No, you know what? Here's the thing. Actually, I'm gonna play this back for you guys so you can listen, because I have lots of thoughts on this.
Is that human
I have so many thoughts on this. I started recording a video for it. I haven't finished it. I'll probably have to come back and polish it. So you guys listen to this.
attraction isn't some a loser for advice on how to find a good quality guy. Like nothing about that makes sense, right? The thing is that human attraction isn't something that can be like reprogrammed. We can't just sit here and act like we are capable of being attracted to something that physically repulses us.
Now, I fundamentally disagree with this woman, and I shall defend my conclusions as such. Now listen, I was going to make a whole video about this one, so this is the brass tacks version. This is the short version, okay? And that is, a lot of elements of our existence as an intelligent creature is 100% conditioned. And it has been proven that animals can be conditioned, and humans can also be conditioned. In fact, which is ironic, her entire story, if you guys are paying attention, is one such example of her conditioning. Well, watch this, right? Now, I remember this is when I took the FCAT, the Florida Comprehension Assessment Test, if you don't know. This is way back when I was a kid. And
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's go here.
I'm going to go to Samsung. Okay. Are we back? Are we back online? Okay, good stuff. I'm going to read your comments in a moment, but first I'm going to finish my point. So, since I don't know where I got cut off, I'll go back to here. This guy was feeding his dogs. Every time he went to go feed them, he'd ring a bell. He'd go ring the bell, and the dogs knew it was time to eat, so they started salivating. So what he did was he started ringing the bell, and he noticed that the dogs would salivate whenever they heard the bell ring, right? And the conclusion was obvious. What happened was the dogs began to associate the ringing of the bell with food. So they had a physiological response to the bell ringing, not because the bell ringing actually meant anything, but because they connected it with food coming. What this means is, definitively, you can condition a dog to have a physiological response by combining that stimuli with the result or with the thing that they want. So Cage Kun asked Bask, I would say that it is possible to sway some of your natural urges, but you have to have the will or reason to. Precisely. Women normally do not. This is why they file 80%. Yeah. And that Cage Kun, you spoiled it. I was getting there. My point was, there's a lot to our existence as a human that is conditioned. Now, again, the woman gave us a good example of this, of her being conditioned to accepting a behavior that she got from her parents, saying her parents gaslighted her, to now when she's dating some dude and he starts gaslighting her, she accepts it and she defends herself as a normal part of how it's supposed to be. That's conditioning. A behavior that has occurred over and over and over again until you get used to it and you start responding to it because you believe that's the way it's supposed to be. Martial arts training is conditioning. Someone, puts their hand here on your shoulder, you train to activate your reflexes and your muscle memory to respond to that thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Teaching, school, learning math is conditioning, right? So if a girl is attracted to a guy who is aloof and uncaring and does not want to invest in her because she never had a father in her life who exhibited those same traits, guess what? She was conditioned. She's attracted to that. It's not a normal, natural thing that just happened to her. She didn't just come out the womb. She didn't just hit puberty like, wow, I like it when guys treat me like garbage. No, her father not being in her life did not present her, or her father being in her life and being abusive or not treating her well or abandoning her, because that can be a thing. The father was there for a moment, he got tired and left. All those different things are going to create a trauma that's going to condition a person into thinking that this is how my relationships are supposed to be. But that's not necessarily the case. So now you're trying to recreate an abusive situation or a bad situation when realistically it's not conducive to an actual relationship that is occurring or should be occurring in order to facilitate like a family. So the thing is, this woman is wrong. Like, people are conditioned to accepting and doing things in relationships all the time. And if you can be conditioned into something negative, then you can definitely be conditioned into something positive. That you can 100%, and I believe this. And here I'll use myself as an example, right? When I was younger, and this is funny. When I was younger, I accepted any woman, right? Because what I used to do, and this is goofy. It's goofy. I didn't think any girl was unattractive or ugly because I compared her to Reagan from The Exorcist, the possessed girl from The Exorcist. I think her name was Reagan. I don't know. Don't listen. Okay, if you're squeamish, do not look up an image of the girl from The Exorcist. Don't do it. Like it's. It makes me uncomfortable, okay? I used to be deathly afraid of that image, okay? And so any woman that wasn't that was perfect to me because nothing could compare to that nonsense. And so as I got older, as I got over that fear and uncomfortability of the girl from The Exorcist, I began to be a little more critical about the way women look. Let me tell you another thing. And I was going to make a video about this. So you guys get the previews. But after the explosion of OnlyFans, I started looking at the girls on Twitter and on Reddit who were always asking, or always advertising. And it got to a point where I started to think to myself, yeah, you're not worth the price of admission. I had become, interestingly enough, I became more critical of women the more I looked at OnlyFans. Because I started thinking to myself, you're not worth my money. You're not worth my effort. This content is crappy. you're not even an attractive woman to me. I don't even like your body type. I started feeling this way, right? And I had to stop myself because I'm looking at these women as products, right? But again, my point is, that's conditional, okay? Like that was something that happened repeatedly, constantly, that made me shift my attraction to something harder or higher or asking for more than I otherwise wouldn't. Because now I'm looking at these women as a product, and I'm like, okay, this product isn't worth my money and my time and my investment. And that again, that's just with me. There's lots of different ways that people can be conditioned into feeling they're attracted to something that they otherwise really aren't. Look at fetishes. Look at what a fetish is. Look what a kink is. A kink is something that isolated really isn't useful or even reasonable to want sexually, like feet, right? Excuse me. I don't know why I burp and I talk so much. But like a foot fetish has nothing to do sexually with like reproduction or like anything at all to do with your genitalia, and yet it turns people on sexually. It's a physiological response to something that is not connected to sex at all. Again, it's conditioned. Now, I don't know what happened to make you associate feet with being turned on, right? But again, it's something that happened over time that created an association between this emotion and this feeling. So you can 100% condition yourself into wanting any dude, any guy, any woman. If you want to condition yourself into liking fat people, you can do that. You can do that. It is possible, I believe, 100%. It takes effort and time, but to pretend that we humans don't have that capacity or ability, I think, is disingenuous or ignorant. It's not fair to reality. There may be certain things that are probably built in, like the fact that you're heterosexual, that you just want women or you just want men. But like to pretend that like, oh no, I only have to date dude. Like here's another example. And you see now that I go on this tangent, you'll understand why it's going to be a whole video. Look at tattoos, right? Now I hear this a lot. I hear a lot of girls say, I like dudes with tattoos. Now you'll notice something interesting about this, right? They like dudes with tattoos. Did you guys pick that one up? See, if you didn't pick it up, here's the thing. The tattoo is not important. They didn't ask for a tattoo of a fish, of a cross, of a skull, of a monster, of the Kraken, of a pirate. It's just tattoos. That's it. It's just tattoos. So what does that mean? It means the tattoo isn't important. It's just its presence that's there, because whatever they associate with the tattoo, they are now projecting onto that person. Notice girls don't say I like me personally. Watch this. I'll give you an example. Me personally, once again, I love dragons, right? So if a girl has a tattoo of a dragon, I'm gonna be interested. I love dragons. They're cool to me. I love them. I love dragons to death. So for me, and that's conditioned. And here's the thing, that's conditioned. What I love about dragons, I am projecting onto this woman now who has a tattoo of a dragon. Not just simply the presence of tattoos at all. But here's the thing, because I understand that tattoos they don't come preset in humans. Humans aren't born with tattoos. Maybe birthmarks, but that doesn't count. I understand now more than anything else that any woman or any dude who says they like someone with tattoos is something that's been conditioned onto them, because they're projecting what they like about tattoos, what they associate about tattoos with that person. And if you can say you like a person with tattoos, just its presence alone, then that means you're conditioned. And you can do that for anything, I would say. Association, yes, crime. Oh, I talked a lot. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go. There's a lot of comments to read. I was talking a lot. You guys are having your own conversation. How come the realization that girls... Did you come to the realization that some girls are like the girl from The Exorcist from the inside? 100%, yes. Bass, would you say that the reason why women seem to have issues picking good husbands is because for thousands of years it was a father's job to pick the husbands of his daughters? No. And the reason why I would say that is because I don't really think that you need to have someone pick your husband for you in order for you to just be reasonable about it. Like you have to assume that women can't think critically, and they can. They do have that capacity. They may not want to use it, but they can do it. And I also don't like the idea that we have to take responsibility from women. You know, it's like they are still adults. They are still humans. And if they make a bad choice, we can't just sit here and say, well, it's not her fault. No one picked for her. No. Like if you pick someone that's bad for you, then that means you either didn't think about it or you wanted to be miserable. That's on you, you know? I become critical. A king can be conditioned too, yep. And then you guys are talking to each other. Hold on. So wait, should nothing turn us on other than just the genitalia? Because what's the logical reason? No, I didn't say that. What I said was that we can control what turns us on. I didn't say that nothing else should. What I'm saying is that you don't just have to date, bad boys because that's what turns you on. You can think harder about it and say, okay, this isn't good for me. This isn't good for my health. These people are awful and terrible. So instead of just accepting it because it makes me have a wop, maybe I should recondition myself into wanting people with character so they give me a wop, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't have to just accept the fact. First of all, interestingly enough, I mean, if you are turned on by that behavior, that's still conditioned. Your trauma, your past experiences, something happened to get you to a point where you accept it and it turns you on sexually. You have associated the mistreatment with your sexual arousal. So something is going on there, and that needs to be addressed. So I'm not saying that or you can understand that it's not the bad boy you want, it's power. But you can see, here's the thing, look at Spider-Man, okay? And that might sound goofy, but look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a character who understands that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Are women attracted to Spider-Man because of his honor? Because of his integrity and his moral steadfastness? I mean, how many women in general are attracted to Spider-Man just from off-riff? Number one, just off-riff. Okay? And I mean in real life. I don't mean in the comic books. In the comic book, Peter slays in the comic book. But, but I mean in real life, how many women are attracted to the character of Spider-Man for being that morally uprighteous man who's going to do the right thing because he understands that it's the right thing to do. Yeah, but they don't know themselves. They're reacting in a primal way, like men do to boobs, to shows of power. But then how about this? So since it's a primal way, then we just have to recondition them into accepting that power can come from virtue. You can be a virtuous person and have power. You can be here's the thing, why aren't women super attracted to martial artists? How about that? How come women don't have wops about the Karate Kid? He has power. But what does he use his power for? To protect people, right? So if the primal urge is just displays of power, then it's not the power, right? Because then the more we take the power and we isolate it, we're gonna find that that's not consistent. What is consistent is evil. What is a consistent through line is that usage of power is used to do something bad. Women consistently like it when people use power to do bad things. But I don't see them who like Spider-Man or who like the Karate Kid. Look at 50 Shades of Grey. Look at I think even with Damon Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries, who I honestly think women love fighters. Okay, what kind of fighters do they like? The UFC top dog. What was Conor McGregor a kind, virtuous man who did the right thing and helped his fellow brothers out? Sometimes he did, but what was the main show of Conor McGregor? The main show of Conor McGregor wasn't him who loved to spar with his teammates and help them out and help them learn, because he did do that. The main show was him being brash and arrogant and throwing stuff around and talking crap like that. Like, if you say women are, that's the main fighters in the UFC that they show. Same thing with Floyd. Floyd Mayweather. Like, again, the consistent through line is not power righteously, it's power using immorally, or it's power being used to subjugate other people. It's not power to protect. I mean, how many women love Inuyasha because he had, like, look at Inuyasha, right? Inuyasha can only use the Tetsaiga because he wants to protect Kagome. How many women read that part and were like, wow, I have a wop right now. Look at Inuyasha keep Kagome safe. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. And so again, like, the problem isn't the fact that women want men with power. It's that they want the men who do it without any degree of righteousness. They're evil. They're cruel. They're the worst men. Okay, yeah, exactly. You should have a huge crush on it. Yes, you should love Inuyasha. Okay, for those of y'all, you are right to an extent, I will agree, but that was the worst example for me because I have a huge crush on Inuyasha. Yes, you should. You should like Inuyasha. You are correct there. And that's my point. Like it's okay to want to do that can keep you safe and protect you, but like you can't like pimps. You can't like thugs. You can't like gangsters. You can't like these awful men who just do the bad thing and be like, well, he's got power and it turns me on. So it's like, no, you have to stop and say, no matter how turned on I am, there are some things that are more important than my wop. And that should be his character. And you can condition your wop to be turned on by character. That's what I'm saying. Yasha's thick.
I don't want a new.
Oh, you saw a new Pocahontas?
I saw a new Pocahontas.
Well, that's my niece. She burst into the room to tell me about Pocahontas.
A new Pocahontas. You want to see?
Well, not right now. Not right now. You gotta go back. Go back.
Turn the TV off for me.
Okay.
Pocahontas for me.
I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna turn the TV on for her. I'll be right back.
Pocahontas on.
Okay, I am back. I'm back. Sound off, guys. Sound off. Sound off. Live short break. Still got 150 people in here, eh? Hey! Look at that. Alright. Let's get this back on. Okay, the flaw in Bass talking about women and accountability is that we as a society do not force women to be accountable. Normally we do the opposite until that changes when we remain the same. You are correct. What's up, guys? Thank you for sounding off, so I know you guys are aware of my return. So I'm going to keep playing. Let's go.
And a woman having to take out her wallet and pay for a man physically repulses us.
Oh, did you? Oh, it gives me a dap. Gives me a dap. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go here.
And a woman having to take out her wallet and pay for a man physically repulses us.
Let me just one more time.
A woman having to take out her wallet and pay for a man physically repulses us.
One more time.
Okay?
One more time.
Repulses us. And a woman having to take out her wallet and pay for a man physically repulses us.
See, this is what I. See, here's the thing. This is what I mean when I say conditioned. This is a conditioned response. How does pulling out your wallet, like, let's overthink this. We're going to be overly critical, right? How is pulling out my wallet, putting my hand in my purse, pulling it out, and then giving money to the restaurant who prepared your food repulse you? Now, if you look at the action specifically, it makes no sense. What's the greater meta action? I paid for this dude. I paid for a date. Why are you upset about paying for a date if you enjoyed this person's time and you like being around them? You're not paying them, you're paying the restaurant. But if you're being repulsed by that, if you're grossed out by that, that means something had to condition you. Something had to teach you that it was wrong to pay a restaurant for food that was prepared for you so someone else didn't have to pay for it. Right? Why is that? Now, there's lots of different reasons why. Let's talk about this one for a second. Oh, wait, I got a super chat. Oh. Let me pause. SubZzz, have you considered a sport? Just joined boxing training, nervous as shit. No reason to be nervous. Look, you're going to be bad because you just started. No reason to be nervous, okay? Just relax, take your time. Hopefully you've got a coach who can help you out. Take everything step by step, and you'll be fine. I actually think it's great. I like boxing. Boxing is a good sport to get into. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be good. Thanks for the super chat, man. But yeah, I like boxing. I'll talk about that later because I have a more greater point. But thank you for the chat. So, what was I talking about? I think I lost my train of thought. Oh no, no. But I'm talking about paying for food, right? I'm talking about paying for food and it being a conditioned response. Now, the thing about men paying for women's food is actually not really so much of one built by chivalry, but actually one ironically built out of practicality, right? Because in the old days, a lot of women really didn't have jobs. Their jobs were indeed in that of home economics. So when you took a woman out on a date, I'll see you later, Myth Cuttlefish. You have a good day. But when you took a woman out on a date, you paid for her because she didn't have any money. That was really it. It wasn't really so much that it was like a suggestive show of like power and dominance. It wasn't really so much that I'm proving that I can take care of you or anything symbolic. A lot of it was just that she couldn't pay for her own food. She didn't have money. That's what that was. And so a lot of people over time have equated it to, well, men are spending X amount of money to like show women or invest in women. And it's like, okay, even if that were the case in the past, because women are able to have their own money, there's no need for men to do that anymore. The need for men to display financial dominance is irrelevant in 2021, because women can get their own jobs. Men don't need to. And yet, despite the fact that men don't need to, women are still conditioned into thinking that they should have WAPs because men spent money on them. But honestly, money being spent on you is not any equivalent of merit or any desire to genuinely like you or care about you or be in you or invest in you. Because you can't register the action alone. You have to measure, the person's commitment or consistency with you. Because the dude could just be paying for the date just so he can have sex with you and never see you again. So now what? Now you've been conditioned to accept dudes paying for your stuff. And now you're like, okay, excuse me. Now you're conditioned into having dudes give you all this money, or not even give you money, but pay for you, into thinking that means that he cares about you. When really it's not. When really that's not the case sometimes. Excuse me. Children because they feel uncomfortable because men have sexualized it. Not breastfeeding increases an individual's chance of breast cancer and is worse for the baby. Yeah, you're right. Where did that come from? You are right. Maybe I missed something. You guys are probably arguing about something. My bad. I usually try to read longer comments because I think someone has a point they're trying to make. Because women are selective traditionalists. Most women want to be modern equals strong and independent, but traditional yeah. I'm physically repulsed by having to pay for your food even though I like you. I don't like you anymore because I had to pay for your food. What does that even mean? It doesn't mean I don't have any money because you paid for me. And even if I don't have any money, why does it matter if you have your own job? You have your own money. Why do you need mine? Why do you get free food? How about this? How about you just pay for what you ate and I just pay for what I ate? Everyone is always talking about, let's split the bill. Let's split the bill. No, nigga. No, I bought the $5.99 silver pancakes. You bought the $13.97 steak. We ain't splitting that bill. I'm paying $5.99. I'm going to write a really long comment to fools Earth into reading it. I should just stop right there. Oh wow, okay. Okay. I read the rest of it in my mind. You almost had me. Maybe because I am a woman that breastfed and works in the field of newborn medical care. Yeah, you're right. Different criteria for different attraction levels. Chris Evans, don't have to pay for no meal. That overnight stalker at your local grocery store got to pay just to speak to her. He's got to pay on OnlyFans to have a chance to speak with her, dude. I've seen this bit on Reddit so many times. I only respond to comments on OnlyFans or DMs on OnlyFans. It's like, I don't even know you. I don't want to pay you to talk to you. I don't know if I like you. Why do I have to pay you to have a conversation? I don't know you, woman. Who are you? I don't know. I saw you at Walmart. Let me tell you guys something funny. You guys remember that video I made where I said it was something about OnlyFans, and I said that I've seen better looking women at Walmart, and a lot of OnlyFans girls got mad at me. But here's the kicker. Here's the real thing. Are you guys listening? Listen very closely. There is one time where I tried to spit game at a Walmart representative.
Let's swap again. Hold on. I don't understand why this keeps happening.
Okay. So I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, good. This is like the fourth time. I don't know why this keeps happening, but anyhow. So literally, a Walmart representative that I tried to spit game to opened up an OnlyFans later, like several months later. And I just think it's hilarious how, again, normal women are opening up OnlyFans, just opening it up straight up. I can go see her nudie right now. Actually, I have seen her nudie because she posted that stuff on Snapchat. This woman is just. I need to talk about this woman because she's just not the path. But it is funny. Now, my major point was the fact that, like, more and more, you're getting just average women to open up an OnlyFans. Or when I say average, I just mean, like, you know, they work at a supermarket, Walmart, you know, trying to extort money from guys, when it's like, dude, like, no one should have to pay you money to go talk to you, dude. Like, we should just have a conversation and see if we vibe with each other. And if I give you money, it's because I like you. It's because I care about you. Like, I shouldn't have to pay for the right to see if I like you, nigga. I should give you money because I like you. Now, it should be something that I do because I want you to feel better. It should be something that I choose to do. It shouldn't be an obligation. If it's an obligation, then that means it's not special. That means you are not special. You're not a special woman if I have to pay for your food, because I have to pay for every woman's food. There's nothing about you that has any merit that makes you better than any other lady. You have, like, a lot of women don't recognize that. Like, it should not be an obligation for me to give you money to talk to you. It should not be an obligation for me to pay for your food because we're on a date. If you have a job and you have your own money, just pay for the food that you ate, or don't buy anything. Don't eat. Get the water. Get the cheddar biscuits at Red Lobster. Oh, I got a super chat. Yo, why? You guys don't have to give me super. This is a $30 super chat. You don't have to give me super chats, guys. Get more involved in the manosphere, brother. Been sub for years and wanted to see you have your moment. I don't know, man. We'll see. Thank you, man, for the $30 super chat, dude. Like, I'm telling you, guys don't have to give me anything. I'm just doing this for the fun of it. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. If a man pays for a date, it's not even an exchange. When a man pays, he is investing time, money, and energy. The woman is only investing her time and energy. The only investment for the first date should be time, in my opinion. Yeah, I accept that. We should just go on a walk through the park. Yeah, we could do that. We can build arts and crafts. How about that? Oh, that's childish. I mean, maybe. But maybe you should be able to have fun and be goofy with someone in a relaxed setting, rather than, like, basically setting up an interview. I'm going to get all dressed up and nice and go to this expensive restaurant. How about we just go to the park and just eat sandwiches? How about that? Oh, she scared me.
You didn't color me.
I did not.
Come on.
No, I have to finish this first.
I'm not gonna get off it. Let's go like this.
No. All right, hold on, guys. Okay, 1 second. Well, she didn't pull me out the house, but I didn't even know she was gonna be over here. I'll be honest with you guys. I probably wouldn't have started live streaming if I did know. Mostly because I like hanging out with her. But also because she keeps interrupting me. Let's not be disingenuous. People average at best call herself a 5. Kassie West clearly looks better. I mean, she ain't for me. I'll put it to you like that. See, a couple of years ago, I'd never say that. Like, a couple of years ago, I'd look at her and be like, damn, she's pretty. But as the years have gone on, I have become more picky. And I'll just say, she ain't for me. She ain't for me. Let's go.
Okay. And, you know, there's a lot of women who are so out of touch with their instincts, so out of touch with their femininity, so out of touch with, like,
which isn't to say she's bad looking. It's just, she ain't for me.
Own out of
Let's go back.
And, you know, there's a lot of women who are so out of touch with their instincts, so out of touch with their femininity, so out of touch with, like, their own bodies and minds. And
I don't even think she's wrong there. I'm just pausing to say I don't think she's wrong. A lot of women do seem to lack self-awareness. To be honest with you.
Their instincts that they are so far removed that they don't even realize that that's the reason why they're not attracted to their spouse, or that that's the reason why they're not attracted to their boyfriend.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's right. The only problem is, again, it always leans back to because he's not an awful human being. Yo, Antonio, man. Hey, you can't tell us not to send you money. Seriously, though, thanks for continuing to produce good content. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. You guys don't have to send me money. But thank you. Thank you. She's for the street. Yeah. Said 1 out of 10. Yeah, her personality is, yeah. She ain't doing it for me. I think it's mostly because she refuses to acknowledge the truth, number one. And number two, she's acting like this is unreasonable when it's not. Here's what I'll put it to you like this, fam. And I'll say this until the day I die. If you think it's okay to not date a man because he's 6'1", then it should be okay for me to not date a woman because any other reason. How about that? Like if you can be too short, then you can be too obviously awful and selfish and mean as a woman. Like, you just gotta accept that. You just have to accept that it's okay for these rich dudes to think that this woman is average and not want to date her, because she's doing the same exact thing to all these other guys. I mean, that's
the reason why there's so much friction. Now, those of us who are more in tune with things, like, I'm used to feeling like this, like, kind of light and airy way. And, you know, back when I was single, obviously I'm married with like 3 kids now, but back when I was single, I was used to feeling like this kind of light and airy way, to where if something would happen that would make me unattracted, I could like sense it immediately, because I was that kind of just in tune with my feelings. So let's say that I'm out with a guy and everything's going fine, and then the bill comes and he's like, hey, so are we going to split this?
No. Do not split the bill. Pay for what you ate. That's just it. I'm going to pay for what I ate. What I ate costs less than what you bought. I ain't spending more money than I need to.
It's like the brakes go off. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this guy was raised by wolves. He's uncouth. This is not a person that is properly socialized. This is
oh my Jesus, dude. What a hard take. Did you guys hear that? Hold on.
It was raised going fine, and then the bill comes and he's like, hey, so are we gonna split this? It's like the brakes go off, and in my mind I'm like, okay, this guy was raised by wolves. He's uncouth. This is not a person that is properly socialized. This is not a man who is a gentleman. This is not a man who like knows or cares about women. This is not a man who can be a protector or a provider, or is even caring to like
Now she gleams all of this because the nigga doesn't want to pay for her food. all this spirals into, oh, he cannot protect me because he will not pay that extra $6.99 for me. I mean, are you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. There's more to people than their willingness to pay for you and give you free food. Giving you free food does not mean that I am going to protect you, because that's the problem. The problem is, if you make this the hill you die on, that means you're on a black and white dichotomy. And the problem is, you can be wrong. You can think that him paying for your food or your dinner means he's going to be a protector and provider. But buddy, you can be 100% wrong, because he could just be doing that just so he can sleep with you that night and never talk to you again. Now what? Now what? Now because you put so much weight and so much stock in the one action, you're literally just tipping the scale and flipping the coin. That's it. There's more to people. There's more to us men than just being willing to give you free food. You can't put our entire character on whether or not we give you free food. There's more to us than that. And this is your problem. You don't seem to I don't understand how you even got married to your husband, and this is all this is the length of your wisdom and like mate selection. Like, he asked you to split the bill. He asked you to pay for your half. That means he wants things to be 50-50, fam. You do your part, I'll do my part. How about this? My part is protecting and providing. Your part, stable environment for my children. 50-50, right? We can say, maybe it's probably a little bit more than 50-50, I'll be honest with you. But it's probably more like, I don't know, 65-45. But the long and short of it is, asking you to split the bill doesn't mean that I'm not going to protect you if someone tries to steal your purse, dude. That's ridiculous. And the same way, it doesn't mean that I will if I paid for your food. It's an absurd measure of whether or not this person is worth your time. There's more to us as people than one. And you know what this is, really? This is just the spoiled mindset of being a woman and just having a bunch of options. At the end of the day, like, that's what this is. It's just being spoiled. It's like, okay, you didn't work out. I'll go find someone else. Bye. Okay, you didn't work out. There's other dudes. Bye. There's no grit. There's no merit. There's no consideration. It's just bye. Let's keep going.
Press me in that way. I will absolutely never be seeing this person again. So, but for women who have been brainwashed and reprogrammed and are so constantly out of touch with their feelings and their emotions, they might not get that instant reaction, and they might actually go on a second date with that guy. They might actually even start like a short-term relationship with that guy and wonder why there's always friction, wonder why they're not attracted, and wonder why there's like this weird dynamic.
So another thing I want to kind of comment upon is the fact that women work on a very snap and like unflexible characterization of men. And I haven't really cracked the code as to why. Again, maybe this is because they're just so spoiled. Did Alba and Preach do this video as well? I don't think so. This video is very long. I don't think Alba and Preach have. Oh, wait. Are you talking about the original? Where they're talking about Kevin Samuels' original video with the woman? Yes, they did do that. But not the one I'm talking about currently. It's they just, and then they'll just carry that one thought they have of you forever, and there's no part of their brains that allow them to think out critically and say, okay, well, he's weak here, well, maybe there's more over here. Okay, I don't like this element here, but I like this element over there. She's like, no, you didn't pay the bill one time, so now my entire view of you is skewed by that, and there's nothing else to you. You can be well read, you can train in martial arts, you could have been in 2 movies, but you didn't pay the bill. Done. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's continue.
Okay. So you need to be looking at your friends that are happily married. You need to be looking at people in your church that are happily married and kind of see what they did and ask them for advice. Or if you can't really trust that they are giving you accurate information, then don't trust what they say, but like look at what they actually did and do those things. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like this stuff is very, very simple. But and the fact that he says like, oh, no guy that makes 6 figures would be with an average looking woman because that's an above average amount of income, so he'd be with an above average looking woman. Virtually every average looking woman I know is with a guy who makes 6 figures. Like, again,
What the fuck? Oh, hold on.
Above average looking woman. Virtually every average looking woman I know is with a guy who makes 6 figures.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? What is this? Oh, really? 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 What is this? 12%? 15%? I don't even know how that makes sense, but okay. 8%? 10%? Really? 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 Every average one. They all the average people hit this small. Okay. 9%. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Where does this woman live? What is this woman talking about? Oh, you're joking. Really? Really? Every average woman you know. Really? Okay.
Like, again, that's a very reasonable request. He's acting like
Oh
she's
my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Where does she live? Okay. Maybe. Listen. When online dating, remember location is everything. Look up the highest earning zip code in your area and set your address as being that. You'll only be matched with high earning men who live in that zip code. I did this when dating in DF and found every guy I matched with made $300K. Wow. Are you a prostitute or are you a wife? Like, are you trying to have a stable family or are you just trying to have an easy life? What is this? 300K to 500K. What did you do to earn such a comfortable life? To just be able to jump on someone's life and just be taken care of? What did you do but exist? Like, are you joking? Nah, dude, you just have to get guys that have lots of money. That's it. That's the secret. And if you take guys with lots of money, then they'll have time for you. And you'll be able to have a stable, functioning relationship with them. Because money is the only thing that matters. Guys, don't you understand? That's just power level. Look at that power level of 3K. Look at that power level of 5K minimum. Are you joking? And the worst part is, this isn't gonna help any lady out. You realize what you're doing, you idiot, is you're funneling women to these men that make 300K, 500K. You funneled them up to those guys. What are those men gonna do to those women? Be honest. Pump and dump. That's it. Because they're either gonna, here are the options. They're gonna pump and dump. They're gonna pick one woman, which means the vast majority of women are not gonna be able. Oh shoot! I cut out again. Did I cut out? No, I didn't cut out again. I still have audio. Nah, you guys can still hear me, right? Yeah, freezes. What is it, power? But it's like they're legitimately They're legitimately treating this bit like it's a power level, fam. You got to be on a certain power level before we can start dating. Like, come on. Honor, virtue, integrity. What is that? When I did this, almost every guy I matched with. Like, what?
Reasonable. It's not even like she's being unreasonable or making a somewhat high demand. That's honestly the least that she could ask for given her situation. With the amount of income she makes, a guy has to make at least 100 grand, or else there won't even be a chance at there being any kind of relationship. It will literally be some loser sponging off of her. And get
I've got a lot to say. Hold on. Just bear with me. And I think I might end the live stream after this one because I don't think I can take anymore. And we've been here for what, 2 hours now anyway. Give me 1 second and then I'll wrap this up. Okay, I need to get a cracker. You need to get a cracker and eat it. Okay. So let's go back for context. Let's go back for context.
with the amount of income she makes, again, that's a very reasonable request. He's acting
Lord have mercy.
like she's unreasonable. It's not even like she's being unreasonable or making a somewhat high demand. That's honestly the least that she could ask for given her situation. With the amount of income she makes,
Honor, virtue, integrity means nothing. See, if she just picked a guy who made less money than her, that just was selfless and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna just eat your resources away because I can, she'd have no problem. But see, that's the thing. Integrity doesn't mean anything. Being an okay person doesn't mean anything. Their only thing they're focused on is, oh, he's got money to give me stuff. And that's the thing. And it's all so they can just get more stuff. Just so they can get more things. That's not a reasonable request to make when you make that much money. She lives in Oregon. Average salary in Oregon is $30K. So how on earth does all her friends, yeah, I know, right? Like all of her friends apparently have to have sat in that one zip code area she was referring to. They all had to have done the same thing. Millions of people that make 50K a year all die in a sudden death note. If a woman had the death note, fam, you better keep your W-2 in check, boy. You better keep your W-2 under wraps, boy. Jeez, man. Jeez, dude.
A guy has to make at least 100 grand, or else there won't even be a chance at there being any kind of relationship. It will.
Yeah, that's because the only thing that's important is not his ability to be a father. It's not his ability to be reasonable. It's not his ability to budget and be wise. No, the only thing that matters is the fact that he has to make money. That's it. That's it. Let me swap this microphone out before I bring us to properties. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it seems like it. I don't know. All her friends are just in the same area, and they all did this zip code thing. And I'm honestly kind of disgusted. Excuse me. This is the type of advice you give to prostitutes, like legitimately, or to sugar babies. This is not what you say to women that want to have families. You don't focus on income, like, because you have to take into consideration, what does it take to make that much money? It takes time. It takes a certain mindset. It takes a certain character, and that character may or may not be a good thing. You may have a guy who makes that much money, being an engineer or something, who's just a great person, right? Or, because you never focused on character, you have a guy who's a workaholic. He doesn't care about you. He only had you because he likes having sex when he comes home from work. Doesn't like you, and now guess what? His children are going to be spoiled brats who do nothing but bring misery to other people in the world. So good job. Good job. A+. You've made the world a better place. You've done well for yourself. He has money, so it's okay. Like, come on, dude. That's not what's important. I'm not saying you gotta find a dude that has no job at all, but like, you don't need this much money to live an okay life. You really don't.
Literally be some loser sponging off of her.
And then that's the grossest thing ever. Oh, you're a loser because you don't make as much money as I do. What is this, high school? Are you part of the cool kid? Do I need to go talk to Echo Smith? Like, come on, dude. Like, what? Like, you're just some kind of loser. Like, listen to the way she says this, dude.
And
look at it.
Any kind of relationship, it will literally be some loser sponging off of her.
Look at her face, dude. Look at her face. She's disgusted by this idea that a woman would date someone that doesn't make 100K, that doesn't make as much money as she does. No consideration for his character, no consideration for his merit as a person. All his skills, all his ability means nothing because he doesn't make 100K. I mean, come on. How this woman managed to get a husband is not beyond me. She's a woman. Of course, some do marry her, but even still, this here should repulse any man. Any man should be repulsed by this. This idea that the only thing that matters about us is just our money. What are we, banks? Do I look like Bank of America? Is my name Chase? Huh? Is 1-to-1 financial on my on my driver's license? Come on.
And guess what? He won't even like her. He will hate her. So the advice that this man is giving is for this woman who is clearly competent, is clearly intelligent, is, clearly even feminine, and is in shape, and is in a place where she's looking for a serious relationship, likely marriage. I mean, these are all very, very good things. And he's sitting here telling her, go for a guy that there's a 0% chance of it working out with, who will be far more likely to hate you and disrespect you.
Yeah, that's not what he said at all. Like, this is all just her projection of men that don't make as much money. That's it. This is all just her projecting her disgust for men because they're not worthy. That's what that is. Because that's not what Kevin Samuels said at all. What Kevin Samuels actually said was you need to be reasonable and you need to think hard about what you're asking for. You're asking for a guy that makes this much money, but are you the woman that that type of guy wants? And you have to come to terms with that. That's what Samuels was saying. Well, that was part of it. He said a lot. I mean, goodness.
Because a guy that, makes 20 grand a year because he works at the gas station, he doesn't have those qualities and values because he doesn't value those things. So he doesn't...
What are those qualities and values that you're referring to? The qualities and values that the only thing that matters is my money? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's funny. Maybe he's good at analyzing stories and can have a great conversation. Oh, that doesn't matter, though. He doesn't have a lot of money, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, but what if he's really good at, like, teaching math? Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have money. He makes 20K, so it doesn't matter. But what if he's a really nice person? He treats everyone well and he's kind. No. See, because he doesn't make a lot of money, it doesn't matter.
care about her discipline. He doesn't care about her grit. He doesn't care about her creativity.
How would you know that? Oh, I know, because he doesn't make a lot of money. Okay.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, okay, because he doesn't make money, so he cannot find the value or merit in other people because money.
About her love for animals. He doesn't share.
How would you know that? How do you know he doesn't have a love for animals? Because he makes 20K and works at a gas station. There are girls right now who work at the cash register at Subway. Guess what? She could be an artist. I wouldn't know. Maybe she has an Instagram where she likes to paint with her free time. I wouldn't know that. All I know is she works at Subway for what, $10.50 an hour. It's not until I talk to this person can I recognize their merit as a human being. Making 20K is not a strong enough argument to conclude that he doesn't care about her respecting animals. We don't know that. You'd have to talk to him.
These values with her. He doesn't share these worldviews with her. Whereas if she meets a guy who maybe he has a pet business or, he works in finance, but he does like a little pet charity on the side, or, they have some sort of commonality there.
Yeah, see how the stars have to align, though? It's not enough. It's not enough that he makes enough money. That just makes him considerate. The world also must bend itself so that he, too, also appreciates pets. Because, God forbid, he's just neutral on it.
And they have... The thing is that guy is actually more likely to be interested in her than the loser is. Because he's going to say, like...
Oh, Jesus. His power level's too low, man.
Oh, I value hard work, and she works hard. Oh, I value... working out, and she works out. I value...
So the guy who makes 20K can't work out? I guess this nigga can't afford a weight rack. I guess he can't afford... How much does it cost? Hold on, let me go on. Hold on, dude. How much... I just can't even with this. I was gonna look up, like, how much a weight rack costs from, like, Amazon, but I was like, nah, I don't need to do all that.
Family, and she wants to get married. Like this is the exact kind of guy that actually would value and cherish her, and you're telling her not to even try or attempt it. And the fact that you would even say that like high value men don't date average looking women, that's like almost all that they date. That's like almost all they marry.
Her perception of average woman is... Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta get my niece back in the living room. All right. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna probably wrap it up here though. Let's go back for context.
That actually would value and cherish her, and you're telling her not to even try or attempt it. And like, one, the fact that you would even say that like high value men don't date average looking women, that's like almost all that they date.
Now, here's what I have to say. If she's serious here, if this is genuine, she seems to have vastly skewed what an average woman is. Like she has hilariously overvalued the average woman, because that is all just not the case. That is all just not the case at all. These dudes are not dating these chicks at Denny's and like trying to wife them up. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to bang them out and then leave them to their own devices. These dudes aren't going to gas stations and picking up chicks, right? Men who are making $100K, making $150, they're not going to Walmart at the cash register trying to get these chicks home, right? That's not the case. That's not it, dude. They're not trying to bang out Walmart managers. Okay? Not as their wife. That's not what they're trying to do. And to feed this to women is just going to be detrimental to them in the end, because they're going to think that they offer more and they're doing more than what they really are. And that's just not true. It also puts the focus on absolutely the wrong thing, and that is some dude that just makes a bunch of money. Like that's not enough of a character trait to decide whether or not you should have a family with someone. So I'm gonna end the video here. I say end the video. I'm gonna end the live stream here. I'm gonna say thank you very much for you guys coming and chatting and talking to me. You know, we've been here for almost 3 hours now. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I honestly feel, despite all the technical difficulties, it's a pretty good first college try, and I'll probably try to get some more live streams out for you guys. I'll probably try to get on Twitch more often. I'll try. So I appreciate you guys sliding through, and thank you. Oh, I'm burping, so I'm sorry. But thank you, man. Thank you guys so much. I really do I appreciate the super chats. I didn't even know the super chats were on. I thank you for that too. You guys don't even have to give me anything, but thank you. So I really appreciate you guys. Sorry I didn't finish the video. I might have to come back and just like break this one down. But I'm gonna go look up that Hannah video, and maybe I'll live stream my second reaction to that, and we'll talk about it. It's all right, man. So you guys, thank you so much for coming by. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.